The legend of the haunted Tooele Central School. The wind howled through the streets of Tooele, Utah, as darkness settled over the town. Among the darkened structures stood the Tooele Central School. Built in 1929, it stood as a decaying relic of a bygone era. For decades, the school had been closed, its halls echoing only with the whispers of the past. Many residents of the town believed the building was haunted and warned their children to never near the building after sunset. But as is often the case with teenagers, their curiosity overcame fear. One moonless night, 4 friends, Jake, Sarah, Mike, and Emily, climbed the fence and gathered near the northwest corner of the building. They had heard all the spooky tales about the place and decided it was time to see for themselves. Armed with flashlights and a healthy dose of skepticism, they made their way into the building. The massive wooden doors creaked open ominously, revealing a dimly lit corridor. Dust motes danced in the beams of their flashlights as they ventured deeper into the school. The air grew colder, and the oppressive silence seemed to wrap around them like a shroud. As they explored the abandoned classrooms, they found old textbooks, broken desks, and eerie children's drawings still hanging on the walls. Each room felt heavier with memories of the past, and their flashlights occasionally flickered, casting eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. In the heart of the building, they discovered the gymnasium, a vast, echoing chamber filled with tattered banners and rusted bleachers. As they stood there, an icy breeze swept through, and all of their flashlights went dead. Panic set in as a darkness enveloped them. Then a soft, haunting melody began to play. It was not an imaginary sound, but a real sound, coming from the room itself, as if a phantom pianist had taken a seat at the grand piano on the stage. The music, melancholic and otherworldly, sent shivers down their spines. In the dim light of the moon, they saw a shadowy figure, a little girl in a tattered school uniform, dancing alone on the gym floor. "Who are you?" Mike stammered. The little girl turned toward them, her face pale and eyes hollow. "I'm Sarah," she whispered, her voice carrying an eerie echo. "But that's my name," Sarah muttered, her voice trembling. The ghostly Sarah continued to dance, her movements graceful yet haunting. "We're all Sarah here," she whispered, her words sending a chill through the group. Suddenly, the walls of the gymnasium seemed to close in on them, the ceiling descending like a vengeful specter. The ghostly Sarah's dance grew more frenzied, and her voice became a chorus of eerie whispers. Terrified, the group fled the gymnasium, their footsteps echoing through the darkened halls. The oppressive silence returned, but the echoes of the ghostly Sarah's dance haunted their every step. They ran out of the school, leapt over the fence, and kept running until they had all made it safely home. As weeks passed, the 4 friends couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Strange occurrences haunted their lives. Objects moved on their own, whispers filled their dreams, and shadowy figures danced on the periphery of their vision. It seemed as though the ghostly Sarah had followed them out of the school, and her presence seemed to grow stronger with each passing day. Desperate to free themselves from her haunting influence, they discovered that the school had been the site of a tragic fire decades ago, a fire that had claimed the lives of several students, including a girl named Sarah. With newfound knowledge, they returned to the school one last time, armed with candles and incense. In the gymnasium, they held a seance, hoping to communicate with the restless spirits and help Sarah find peace. The candles flickered as they chanted, and the atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation. Then, as if in response, a gust of cold air swept through the room, extinguishing the candles. The ghostly Sarah appeared once more, but this time her expression was different. It was filled with sadness, longing, and finally, relief. "I remember now," she whispered, her voice no longer haunting but filled with gratitude. "Thank you for helping me find peace." With those words, she faded into the darkness. leaving behind a sense of closure and a profound stillness in the gymnasium. The four friends knew they had done what they came to do. They left the abandoned Tooele Central School, their fear replaced by a sense of fulfillment and a newfound respect for the mysteries of the afterlife. The school remained abandoned, but the ghostly Sarah was never seen again. Her spirit had found the peace it had sought for so long, and the town of Tooele could finally let go of its haunted past.